NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for Invitational. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida, site of one of the PGA Tour's premier stops, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Always attracting a great field, and through the years it has been the scene of just some championship play from one guy in particular.
Tiger Woods has won there an incredible 8 times.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in on our featured golfer here at the par-3. Has to be in a pretty good frame of mind, Frank.
Yeah, everything seems to be working well. Whatever the final few words from the coach in the air that they've been getting over the last 2 days, just keep going ahead with the same swing thoughts. If we see the same sort of golf, then really victory is well within sights.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. What's he need to watch out for here, Frank?
Those 2 front bunkers, Rich, the one that protects the left and the right. More often than not, you want to pitch the ball on the front of this green. They are the 2 to be concerned about.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Could it be?
It might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
Back to the action here at the second. It's a par-3, demanding hole, Frank, isn't it?
Longest par-3 on the golf course. Slightly downhill, but you need every advantage here. It requires your best.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace, it's hard to be critical of that.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now at the par 4 third, Frank, this is a great golf hole.
It certainly is. Remember, the brain doesn't register don'ts. So aim right. There's a bunker down there. Keep focusing on where you want it to go, not in the other direction.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
This tournament has such a rich history. When you look at the list of multiple tournament winners here at Bay Hill, names like Ernie Els, Tom Kite, Lauren Roberts pop up. They've all won it twice. And then there's one guy who obviously stands above everyone.
Yeah, Tiger Woods winning here 8 times. Obviously, the golf course is perfect for him, but it's the stature of the event. The Arnold Palmer Invitation has gone on for so long. It's one of the events that you look forward to. You know what the golf course is like, but also you know what's required to play well there.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Trying to stay steady, make a par. And drops it in. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. Frank, this would be a good time to get it going. Made some pars to this point, but if you want to win, you have to make birdies.
Rich, I think the thought of winning has to be removed from one's psyche right now. You've just got to worry about what's in front of you. It just looks confused, forgetting about playing the actual game itself. Winning happens by a series of good shots. It's get back to the basics of playing golf. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
And that's where you want to be at the 4th, in the fairway.
Second shot.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This is a good-looking shot. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Trying to make yet another birdie. And with the birdie, moves into the top 10 on the leaderboard.
And moves into some very good company.
Frank, now to the 5th. What's the strategy here at this shorter par 4?
Well, if you want to flex your muscles, Rich, take it over that left bunker with a little trailing.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, nice to have a short iron into a par 4 here at Bay Hill, but still no guarantee that you'll make the birdie or even par.
But a reward for a good one, exactly the way you've described it. This is one hole that's a swing hole. Hit a good shot in here, you're going to have inside 10, 15 feet for a birdie. Make a mistake, then all of a sudden you're scratching your head. How did I make 5?
Not close, but not bad either. That one is about 25 feet away. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
How did that stay out, Frank?
Did everything but go in.
He has this for par.
That's a good par there, Rich.
Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls. Oh, I liked that.
Good tee shot, right in the short grass. And from the fairway for his second shot here.
That's an absolute beauty.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Par yesterday, now for birdie. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. And he makes it for par. Moving on now, Frank, we're at the par 3 7th hole. What's the challenge here?
Really, the high ball hitters have an advantage here. Just try and carry it in the middle of the green.
That's another green hit in regulation, and that has been the story all day, just wearing out the center of that club face. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Getting ready to tee off now at the 8th, and Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, even though it's a pretty hole, Rich, it's a fairway you must hit because that second shot here is one of the toughest on the golf course.
Setting up in the fairway, 200 yards to where that hole is cut. Frank, going back 100 years or more, we used to see winning scores in stroke play tournaments, 72-hole events of 300 thereabouts. But obviously, like so many things in golf, everything has improved.
Yeah, people would scoff at sort of saying 475s would win a U.S. Open or a British Open. It didn't, and it does. But, with equipment and people have really got into the game, they've worked it out, and they just plain got better at it. They realize that, stroke play, you can't just swing from the trees, so to speak. You've really got to work your way around and get better. You just can't sort of settle for mediocrity.
Good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
It's a consistent theme here at Bay Hill, if you can carry it 300 yards.
Bay Hill always favors the longer hitter.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. This has really been an airtight performance to this point, just flawless. Strong approach shot here at the 9th, and a good opportunity to finish this side with a birdie. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday, made a bogey. And with that birdie, moves to 3rd place. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Second shot, Frank, now to the par 4 10th.
Have to look, first of all, which quarter of the green that the flag is, because this 10th green really is 4 different quarters. As long as you're keeping that second shot in that little area, then 10 will certainly reward that second shot. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Just a beautiful approach shot. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Another par 4 here, the 11th. It's just under 440 yards. This time, there's water looming left and then bunkers on the right-hand side. It's a pretty good challenge, Frank.
This hole's very similar to the 3rd hole on the front side. 2 bunkers down the right side. Just got to keep it a little left. You don't have to hit driver here.
Good contact, good result. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. He's knocked it on the green but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
No way! He holed it, Frank.
Great pitch shot.
Frank, now we're at the 574-yard, par 5 12th. How critical are the par 5s if you're trying to put a score on the board here at Bay Hill?
They're crucial, Rich, because the par 4s are very, very difficult. So anytime you get a par 5, really got to take advantage of it. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but you have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
So after the layup, Frank, here at the par 5 12th, hit shot here, try to make birdie.
Yeah, just use the contours of this green. You can actually get to this flag a lot of different ways. Using one of the mounds, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. It's a big putt right here for birdie.
Very aggressive mode with that birdie now in second place.
At the par 4 13th now, this is a hole, Frank, that requires some smart club selection. What are the options here?
Yeah, very sneaky par 4. That bunker on the right is 250 yards or so off the tee. So you've either got a choice to play short of that or sneak it down the end, which is about 300 yards. But if you try and be bold here and miss the fairway, that second shot, evil.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
Par 4 13, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 14th hole, Frank, more than 200 yards, par 3. This is no picnic.
No, it plays a little longer than that too, slightly uphill. You've got to carry the ball onto the front of the screen. It will not run up.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Had it right in the heart and just didn't hit it. No damage done. Made the par. We're here at the 15th now, and a big dogleg right on this one. Frank, what's the best route to take to shoot the low number?
You've got to look at that run out down the left side, which is about 320 yards. If you can stay short of that, then that gives you a perfect shot into this green. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be.
Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
That will be a great look at birdie. Par yesterday, now for birdie. That had to really hurt Frank because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Is this a good risk-reward par 5?
It's more about the second shot here. It's probably the most demanding second shot on the golf course.
Frank, it's a nice walk to make down the fairway when you can see your golf ball right there in the middle.
Rich, there's an old saying, fairway first. And there's another example. Hit it in the fairway, and the game becomes very straightforward.
Just a beautiful tee shot. Frank, this is still a mind blower to me. Tiger won the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill 4 times in a row from 2000 to 03. You played the game at the highest level. How hard is that?
It's almost unimaginable to Rich because, Bay Hill changes each and every year when they have the tournament. But there was always also the look of resignation of the other players. There's never really been a golf course that really suits Tiger Woods any better. Hits the ball a long way, he hits it high, greens are firm and fast. It's just built for him. And not only has he won it 4 times in a row, it's 8 total now.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated offline.
You can't leave an eagle putt short.
Now listen, anytime I left it short, I didn't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody you left it short.
All right, I won't say anything. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Seems to really have the touch today. Frank, this is a great hole through the years to watch when the pressure is ratcheted up deep into a round. That is all you want at more than 220 yards.
Plays slightly shorter because it's downhill. The bunker's on the left in play. Even the bunker short right, and of course the water, if you just miss it a bit, that's in play. And the green shapes away from you. This has to be the most difficult par 3 on the golf course.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just trying to aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Has his par.
Finishing hole at Bay Hill. Frank, how good is this 18th?
Well, it's good because it makes you scratch your head. If you look at your score, your own personal score, and then fast forward, you've made a big mistake.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good.
Second shot.
Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Has this to save par.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
So through 54 holes, a really good position inside the top 5 with one round to go.
Yeah, and those handful of players that we're looking at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thriller.